Welcome to the video, and today we're going to be talking about my experience of using the Canon EOS R7 after about a month and a half. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing that I love about this camera is the size. It is very compact and portable. Battery life lasts for about 4 hours with a mixture of shooting photos and video, and will last for about 2 hours of constant recording. Now, I'm currently filming this video with the Canon EOS R7 with Sigma 18-35 at f1.8 and a Canon EF to RF adapter. This is also being filmed at 4K fine IPB at 29.97 frames a second. Okay, so besides the size and the battery, I like having so many megapixels to work with. It has a 7K 32 megapixel sensor, which is great for photos, and overall it's a very sharp camera. It's also weather resistant, so if you have a waterproof lens, it won't be harmed by a little bit of rain. One more thing is with the photos, it can do up to 15 frames a second mechanical and 30 frames a second electronic shutter. So if you're trying to get a burst shot of wildlife or sports or anything, it's really great to have that speed. It only holds up for 31 frames with the built-in buffer, but I haven't had it to be an issue with my SD card. I have an Angelbird V90 256 SD card, and I think it pairs really well with the camera. Because the card is so fast, the buffer resets so quickly that it hasn't been an issue for me. It has a mechanical shutter that can go up to 1/8,000th of a second shutter, and electronic that is 1/16,000th. I personally like using the mechanical because it gets rid of any rolling shutter with your photos, and that's where sometimes, like with electronic shutters, a straight line can get crooked because of the camera scanning the rolls one at a time. So mechanical shutter is great for getting rid of that. So overall for photos, it's a really great camera. Now, it's a hybrid camera, so it also does video really well. It can do 1080p video at 120 frames a second and 4K at 60 frames a second, and then 4K fine at 30 frames a second. And I personally like using 4K fine because of how sharp it is. And basically what that does is it takes the full 7K sensor and oversamples it into 4K. Now, the video is quite good out of this, and that's what you're seeing right now. A professional video camera will do a lot better in this category, such as a Pocket 4K or Pocket 6K from Blackmagic Design, and those are around the same price point as this. So if you're looking for video, it's just video, those cameras are a lot better for video because they can do 4K and 6K RAW and have a larger touchscreen and XLR inputs. So if you want video, the Pocket 4K and Pocket 6K are great. Also the Sony, I think it's FX30, is also a great camera that just came out. It's $1,800, I believe. And that's also another great video camera. But if you want a camera that does everything, the Canon R7 is really the best option. Now, I personally have a Pocket 6K, and I do use that a lot of times for video, but the nice thing about the R7 is it does everything. So if I just need one camera to do everything, or if I need autofocus, the R7 is a great camera for that. One last thing is about the R7. When I ordered it, I just ordered the body only, but I wasn't getting any updates and I was waiting for a very long time. So I ended up getting it with the kit lens, and I would say that the kit lens is nice to have, but it isn't very sharp comparatively to the other lenses that I use. So it's 18 to 150 millimeters, and it's kind of just like there. I wouldn't normally use it, but I had to get it because of the camera. So if you want the lens, it comes with a decent enough kit lens, but I would say that if you're wanting to do professional work with this camera, a good solid lens is probably something you want to consider buying. Now, that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions about this camera, leave it in the comments below and I'll get an answer to you. Now, one more thing is, I have seen a lot of comments on my previous videos about if this camera works with the DJI RSC2, and yes, it does. I have it and I tested that out. You just have to update both the camera and the gimbal and plug in the USB-C cable, and it works with that. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell to see when the next video comes out. And thank you for watching.